Alice in Wonderland. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank, and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversation in it. And what is the use of a book? Thought Alice, without pictures or conversation? So she was considering in her own mind, as well as she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid. Whether the pleasure of making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble of getting up and picking the daisies, when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. The rabbit pulled a watch out of his pocket to check the time. He shook his head, then disappeared down a rabbit's hole. "I must find out why he is in such a hurry," cried Alice. Filled with curiosity, she ran to the rabbit's hole and peeped through the entrance. The hole dropped suddenly and Alice fell. She fell for a long time when suddenly she came upon a little three-legged table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it except a tiny golden key. When she looked around again, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and beyond it was a little door about 15 inches high. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight it fitted. She opened the door and saw a beautiful garden through it, but she couldn't reach it as she was too big. "What a splendid garden! Get out of my way! You're blocking the door!" shouted the wet rabbit. Alice managed to pick up his fan. Immediately she began to shrink, but little did she know it was a magical fan, which made her small again. "Oh no, I will never get back to the right size." She went looking for help. Soon she saw a green caterpillar dressed in a pink jacket. She was sitting on the top of a large mushroom, smoking a bubble pipe. "One side make you big, the other side make you small," he said to Alice before slithering away. "One side of what?" Alice called after him. "The mushroom, silly," he answered. Alice ate a piece of the mushroom. Thank goodness I'm growing," she cried. "But which way do I go?" "That path leads to the Mad Hatter. The other way leads to Laymarchare," said a voice. Alice turned to find a smiling Cheshire cat in a tree. "I will see you later at the Queen's Croquet game," he said before disappearing of it. "No room! No room!" they cried out when they saw Alice coming there. "There's plenty of room," said Alice indignantly, and she sat down in a large armchair at one end of the table. "Have some wine," the March Hare said in an encouraging tone. Alice looked all round of the table, but there was nothing on it but tea. "I don't see any wine," she remarked. "There isn't any," said the March Hare. "Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it," said Alice angrily. "It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited," said the March Hare. "I didn't know it was your table," said Alice. "It's laid for a great many more than three." Suddenly she found herself in the middle of a field where the Queen of Hearts was playing croquet. Her courts or gardeners were shaped like cards. One gardener had planted white roses by mistaking and then painted them red. Off with their heads," shrieked the Queen. "I had white roses." Then she noticed Alice and asked her, "Have you ever played croquet?" "Yes," Alice timidly answered. "But I've never using a flamingo or a hedgehog." "Playing with me," ordered the Queen, "and let me win, or I will have your head." Alice tried her best to play well, but she had trouble with her flamingo. "Off with her head!" cried the Queen. Just then a trumpet sounded in the distance, calling court to session. Everyone rushed into the courtroom. "Court is now in session," announced the White Rabbit. "Will Alice please come to the stand?" Alice took the stand and looked at the jury box. where the March Hare and the Mud Hatter were making noise. The Dormouse slipped, and the Cheshire Cat smiled at her. "What's going on?" asked Alice. "You're guilty of stealing the delicious heart-shaped cards," accused the Queen, "and now you must be punished." "Over head, yelled the Queen. "How silly! I did not have the slightest idea what you were talking about. I was only playing croquet," replied Alice. Alice felt someone touch her shoulder. "Wake up. You've been sleeping for too long," said her sister softly. "I had a strange dream," said Alice. She told her sister about the white rabbit, the mad tea party, the Queen of Hearts, and the trial. But her sister wasn't paying attention. "You're reading again?" mumbled Alice, as he stretched. Alice saw a little white rabbit with pink eyes scurry behind a tree.